Ayan. Good day, everyone. So for this video, I will be just simply explaining the functions of noun. Pero syempre, class, if you want very technical explanations with regard to this lesson, I do highly suggest na umatin po tayo sa ating online kumustahan. Ano? But anyways, let's proceed to the lesson itself. So for the functions of noun, meron tayong seven. Unahin po muna natin si subject. When we say subject, it is a noun partnered with a predicate verb. Ang given sentence example dyan is, Sheena drank the coffee. So the subject here is Sheena. So ngayon, class, paano nga ba natin talaga malalaman na subject ang isang noun sa isang sentence? Simple lang. Ang isa sa pinakamadaling hint for the subject is the first noun. Siya ang pinakaunang noun na makikita natin sa isang sentence. Okay? Tandaan nyo po yan. Also, it is the doer of the verb or it is the one that is being described. Pero I do highly suggest, kung ano yung una nyo makitang noun, basta nag-act po siya as noun ha, siya na po kaagad ang subject. Most of the time. Pero class, meron tayong exception kasi paminsan gumagamit po tayo ng mga phrase na nag-act po as an adjective. Pero nonetheless, class, paminsan lang naman yon. Basta, again, ang palagi nyo tatandaan, subject, it is the very first noun na makikita nyo sa isang sentence. Okay? Siya yung pinakaunahan. Maliwanag po yun, ha? Dito, she na ang unang noun at ang pangalawang noun ay coffee. Doon lang kayo mamimili. So, unang noun at partnered with the predicate verb, matik yan, she na is the subject. Okay? Next one, object of the preposition. When we say object of the preposition, it is a noun answering whom or what after a preposition or prepositional phrase. Napakadali nito, class, when it comes to the object of the preposition. Lagi po siyang may preposition. One main hint para mabilis nyo ma-identify whether if it is object of the preposition is dapat sa ulo nyo ang preposition itself. The given sentence here is the paint on the canvas is dry. So ano po dyan ang ating preposition? Ang preposition dyan is the on. So ang pinakaunang noun na katabi neto ay canvas. Therefore, siya po yung matatawag natin as the object of the preposition. Okay? Maliwanag po tayo dyan ha? And I hope wag na po sana tayong malito kasi katabi lang po talaga siya ng preposition. Okay? So next one naman is the direct object. When we see direct object, it is a noun answering whom or what after an action verb. A direct object receives or is the object of the action. So class, palagi yung tatandaan, when we say direct object, it is the receiver of the verb. Nabanggit na po dyan. Siya po ang nakakatanggap ng ating verb. Paliwanag? So, the given sentence here is, Sheena drank the coffee. So, let's identify first, ano nga po ba ang verb dito? The main verb here is drank. Ngayon, tanungin mo ang sarili mo. Ano po ang ininom ni Sheena? Simple lang, coffee. Okay? So, siya po ang naka-receive ng verb. Ganun lang po siya kadali. Okay? So, direct object again here is the coffee. So, dito nabanggit na natin, yung word na Sheena is considered po as what? As the subject. Siya po kasi yung doer of the verb at siya po ang pinakauna nyo makikitang noun sa sentence na to. Okay? So, clear na po tayo dun, ha? Next one, indirect object. When we say indirect object, it is a noun answering to whom or what or for whom or what after an action verb. Ano daw? Napakahirap naman yan. So, para mas mabilis natin maintindihan, let's see the given sentence. Sheena gave Xiao a coffee. Ang indirect object po dyan is Xiao. Okay? Kaya, para hindi tayo mahirapan, let us first define yung mga naunang functions na binanggit ko kanina. So, again, subject, doer of the verb, siya po yung nagagawa ng verb or siya yung kumikilos. So, in the case of the sentence, she na ang ating subject. Okay na tayo doon. Ang verb dyan, yung gave. Okay? Ngayon, ano po yung binigay ni Sheena kay Xiao? Coffee. Tama? So therefore, the word coffee is the direct object. Ngayon, ano or paano natin malalaman na ito ay indirect object? Simple lang. Receiver po siya ng direct object. Again, uulitin ko, ang indirect object ay receiver ng direct object. Ano daw? Balikan ulit natin. Subject, doer of the verb. Dito sa sentence na to, ang nagbigay si Sheena. Direct object, receiver of the verb. Siya po ang nakatanggap or siya po ang nakatanggap ng mismong verb. So, ang question dito is, ano ang binigay ni Sheena? Yung coffee. Paliwanag? Ngayon, last one na tanong. Sino po ang nakatanggap ng coffee? Ang nakatanggap ng coffee ay si Xiao, which is considered as indirect object kasi nga ang coffee ay direct object. Kagaya ng sinabi ko, ulit-ulitin ko para hindi tayo masyado mahirapan, indirect object is the receiver of the direct object. Ganun lang po siya kadali. Okay? So, clear na po tayo dito, ha? So, for the subject complement, it is a noun that renames or describes equals the subject after a verb or being or of being or a linking verb. Tulad nito, she is a manager. Ang subject complement class, it complements the subject. Mahihirapan kayo sa pag-identify whether if it is a subject complement or an adjective. Paano ba natin malalaman na ito ba ay adjective at ito ay subject complement? Simple lang, based sa kung paano po siya ginamit sa isang sentence. Okay? In case on the manager or word manager here, ginamit po siya as a noun. Bakit? Ayan o, may determiner. Natatandaan nyo, pinaulit-ulit ko nung isang beses, determiner introduces or only determines noun. E may determiner. Matik yan. A manager is considered po as the subject complement. Okay? So, for the next one is what we so-called object complement. When we say object complement, it is a noun that renames or describes equals the direct object. Okay? So, kung si subject complement, ang kino-complement niya ay si subject, si object complement naman, ang kino-complement niya is si direct object. Okay? So, let's see this one. They consider her as a leader. So, they is considered as a subject. Consider yung main verb. Direct object natin dyan is the word her. Tapos, yung word na leader, kanino po ba nagdi-describe? Sa they ba or sa her? 'Di ba? Sa word na her. Therefore, siya po ay object complement kasi ang dinidescribe niya ay isang direct object. Ganon lang po siya kadali. Subject complement, nagdi-describe sa subject or nagko-complement sa subject. Object complement, nagko-complement sa direct object. And last but not the least is the appositives. When we say appositives, it is a noun that redefines or clarifies another noun in a sentence. Example sentence here is, the movie we're watching, Annabelle, is really scary movie. Palagi yung tatandaan, guys, ang appositive doesn't have any function in a sentence at all. What I mean is, kapag tinanggal nyo yan sa isang sentence, walang mangyayari. Still as is ang sentence po natin. And take note, guys, appositives ay palaging gumagamit ng dalawang comma. Katulad nito. Positives just serve as additional information, kumbaga. Kapag tinanggal mo yan, walang mababagong kahit na anong functions ito. Hindi mababago yun to. Hindi lang kinlarify kung ano yung movie dito, pero still, nandoon pa rin at buo pa rin ang thought. Okay? Again, positives, dalawang common tatandaan, and also it only adds additional information. So that will be all for the functions of noun. For any questions, huwag mahihiyang magtanong. Okay?